Right, because yesterday was such a rough day, it really was not the greatest day. It was one of those days where it just everything goes wrong. I'm going to talk today about a mindset reset. And I'm going to go over 10 different tips that I have for you about changing the way that you're thinking, changing your mindset, so that when you do have days that just go completely to shit, you have something in your toolbox for you to move forward with. So quickly, yesterday, just everything that could go wrong went wrong. Signs that we thought would take no time at all to install, we ended up having problems with. Traffic was terrible. So it was all of these little things compounding. And it was Roy's birthday, and he'd had a tooth pulled, so he couldn't eat. Normally we'd go out to a nice dinner and, spend some time, just the two of us, and he didn't feel like it. He felt like crap. And it was just a overall really rough day. Now, typically when we have that kind of day, we really do make a point of trying to change our mindset, of trying to come up with something that, helps us to reframe the kind of day we're having. Regardless of what kind of day we're having, we're always on an adventure. That's just the way we see our lives, is just we're having an adventure. The first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to toughen up. And I know that, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, my life is the worst. I have all these horrible things going on. All the little things that compound that make it seem like there's this just horrible thing going on in your world are just that, just little things. So don't let those little things throw you off. If you've got a tough exterior, if you've got a tough skin, and you don't let those little things, what's the book I think is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's really important, because here's the thing, even those small things are teaching you lessons on different ways that you could approach your world and approach your life. So don't let those things throw you off into, having a shit day and then never coming back from that. Yeah, we can have bad days, okay? And those, like we've talked about before, can motivate you into changing the things that you need to change, okay? Which is going to take me to the next one, which is number 2, which is stop complaining. God, I know I've been harping on this a lot, but stop complaining. Stop bitching about how hard your life is. Because here's the thing. No matter how hard your life is, there's somebody out there who's got it even worse. So I just got a call from a very good friend of mine and found out that someone who's close to her has cancer. You guys, I've been there. I've done that. I know that it's not easy. But even in that time, Roy and I still made a point to look for the positive. What is it? Some good thing during the day that, regardless of what was going on around us, we could turn into a positive. He had a really nice nurse. The doctor said something that was positive, or he ate something that he enjoyed, or, we got a visit from somebody that we really care about. There's always going to be something that you can find in your day that brings it up, regardless of how crappy your world is. There's always going to be something. Sometimes you have to dig really, really hard. But use that negativity and that dark time to motivate you to move towards the light, to move towards the things that are better for you, the changes in your life that you need to make. The more you complain about it, the more you whine about it, guys, the more that it's going to come into your life. The universe is going to find things for you to complain about, because that's what you're bringing in. That's what you're magnetically collecting, is all of the shit. The more you complain, the more you're going to have something to complain about. So find the light, find the brightness, find the positive. Even if it's, like I said, one small thing. You woke up today, you brushed your teeth, whatever it is, focus on that. So number 3 is, when you are down, analyze what it is that got you into that situation or that mood. Like yesterday, everything just seemed to pile up. So once we started to look at, okay, what part did I play in this? What happened? Did we set our time off? Did we wake up too late? Did we, not bring all the tools that we needed? Did we, I don't know, whatever it could be, just analyze what got you to where you are. Because when you analyze what you are doing, then you can go to number 4 and be accountable and be responsible for changing the things, being responsible for your own actions. And saying, okay, this is what I did that brought me here. I said the wrong thing. I didn't, like I said, didn't bring the right tools. I got grumpy when somebody cut me off in traffic. And of course, I let that person's attitude affect my mood and throw me off. And then through the rest of the day, I stubbed my toe on the side of the bed, and that just totally fucked up the whole rest of my day. But if you made a choice when you stubbed your toe to, oh my gosh, ow, that hurt. Oh, that's okay. At least I know I'm alive and I can feel pain. I know it sounds ridiculous in the moment. You're like, why would I be happy that I can feel pain? Guys, if you can feel pain, you're alive. You're breathing. You've got an opportunity for another day where some other people don't. So be responsible. The shit that's in your life right now is your making. So do something about it. Be accountable for the actions that you take. If you have a bad day and you go out and you spread that bad day with everybody else and you're getting all kinds of negative attitude and crappy, people coming back at you, well, you had a shit day and you're taking it out on other people. You don't expect them to respond in kind? They're going to. So change your attitude. Change the way that you're thinking about it. You have that choice. Every single thing that you do, you have a choice. You have a choice to go one way or the other or do nothing. There's always a choice. And every one of them has consequences. You just have to decide what kind of consequences you want to have in your life. That's all there is to it. So number 5 is be your own savior. You have the opportunity to do amazing things with your life. But we have to go back to being accountable, to being, when you're down, analyzing your day, stop complaining. All of those things are in your power. And all of those things enable you to be your own savior, to be the person that comes to your own rescue. Be your own cheerleader. If you're not hearing the things that you want to hear from the world around you, then put note cards up all over the place. You're amazing. You're spectacular. We've talked about this. Mirror work. There are a lot of things that I'm going to go back to because they're very important for you to remember. The more I repeat them, the more you're going to remember. You're like, oh, I remember her talking about that. So be your own savior. What do you need in your world right now? And be that. I need someone to tell me that I'm doing a good job. Okay, Tammy, you're doing an amazing job. You've done 10 videos in a row of your 30 that you said you were going to do. Even though yesterday was a shit day, you still managed to get in your video. Be your own savior. Number 6 is limit or eliminate your distractions. So what is it that's throwing you off? Now here's the thing. Yesterday, we had a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on that completely just threw the day off. But by eliminating the small distractions, the unnecessary phone calls, the people that I could let go to voicemail that I can call back later, the text messages that I don't need to answer right this minute, those things that are not of imperative urgency right now, I can let go and put it off to the side. The people that I don't need to talk to right now because all they want to do is call and bitch about how their day was, I don't need that. So I'm going to eliminate that distraction. And again, scrolling through social media, watching TV instead of doing what I need to do. So instead of watching TV, I did my video. Instead of scrolling through Instagram, I did my video. Yes, it was a very short video because we didn't get home till really late last night. So I still want to do my nightly routine. I still want to do my little bit of journaling. I still want to do my, little bit of exercise. Even though we did a lot of exercise, I still have those things in place that I want to continue to do. So eliminating those other extraneous distractions allows me to be able to continue to do the things that I do want to do. So number 7 is be intentional in your actions. If you're intentional in your actions, you have your game plan laid out. If you're rewriting your story, you know what your intentions are. You know what actions you want to take. You know whether the thing that you're thinking about doing is going to move you closer to your goal or further away from your goal. And if we need to, I'm sorry, there's a squirrel climbing up the tree. You know how I get distracted by squirrels, limiting my distractions. If you need help with figuring out your goals, then please, I'll do a video on that and we can talk about that. But if you had done rewriting your story a few videos back, I can add it here, or I'll add the playlist and you can go through it. Then you will have an idea of what goals you have in mind. And you'll know, is this thing that I'm looking at doing going to move me forward? Or is it going to keep me in place? Or is it going to actually make me slide backwards? So be intentional in the actions that you're taking in your daily life. Because every second of your day, you're making a choice whether you want to move forward, stay where you are, or move backward. You always have a choice. All right. Number 8 is prioritize your growth. Are you reading the books that you said you were going to read that are going to improve your life? Are you watching the videos? Are you meeting the mentors or getting a coach? Or are you meeting up with the people who are in that same group of like-minded people that are working to build up their world and improve themselves? Are you prioritizing the things that you want to do in your life to help you move forward? Because if you're not moving forward, what are you doing? All right. Number 9 is break out of your comfort zone. Go talk to that person that you never thought you'd talk to. Guys, they're just people. Even somebody who's extremely famous, or somebody who you'd been dying to meet, or somebody that you really admire. Everybody is still just a person. They will still answer, if they're polite, a hello if you say hello. Oh my gosh, I would love to sit down and talk to you. Do you have a few moments? If you don't, that's great. Because if someone's busy building their life and doing the things that they want to do to move themselves forward, they may not have the time. And they will not make the time for you if you're not serious and not willing to compensate them for their time. Now, compensating could be paying for them, paying for their mentorship, their coaching, their whatever, their time. You're going to pay for it in some way. So whether it's taking them out to lunch and paying for their lunch and taking the questions that you have with you so you can ask them questions, and being very specific about your questions and being very conscientious of their time. If someone is making time for you, then you need to make sure that you honor that and you respect that time. If you say you're only going to be an hour, then only be an hour, and you better damn well show up on time. If you're late, here's the thing, if I make an appointment with someone and they're late more than 10 minutes, I'm gone. I'm moving on. I've got things I've got to do. Message me, let me know that you're stuck in traffic. Okay, fine, I may hang out a minute or two more. But if I've got things that I've got planned in my day, I'm not going to, and it will cut into your time. You get 10 minutes, you arrive 10 minutes late, well then you don't have an hour, you've got 50 minutes. Because our time is just as important to us as it is to them. So if you're not respecting your time, you're not respecting their time, that's showing them what type of person you are. If you know you've got an appointment with somebody, and here's the thing, guys, I used to be notoriously late. I would have all of my clocks set half an hour early and I would still be late. Not because I knew they were half an hour early, but because I ran that far behind. But when I made a point of changing my attitude about time and thinking that, okay, if I make an appointment with somebody, I need to respect their time because they're spending time out of their day to be with me, then I need to be respectful at that time. Now, if there are good reasons why I am late, I left really early, traffic was even worse than I thought it was going to be, and I still ended up late, well, okay, fine. Because I compensated. I left early. I did compensate for traffic, but it was still even worse, and I still made it late. Well, then, can we I call? Do we need to reschedule? I left an hour early, and I'm still going to be 10 minutes late. Do we need to reschedule? I know your time is important to you. What do I need to do? So I know I'm harping on this, and I'm harping on this because it's extremely important. I have my own concept of time. My time doesn't run like everybody else's. I don't have a watch. But at the same time, if I'm meeting somebody, I'm damn sure going to make it on time. Okay? So do one thing to break out of your comfort zone. One small thing, even if it's, doing something that you normally wouldn't do. It could be, I am smiling at somebody that I wouldn't normally smile at. I'm talking to somebody that I wouldn't normally talk to. I don't normally talk to the checkout person, and now I'm going to talk to them. It can be a small thing. And that small thing helps you to build. Remember, we talked about this. Those small wins build up and build your confidence in yourself. But you can't do that if you're not breaking outside of your comfort zone and you're not trying to, stretch yourself a little bit. It needs to be a little scary. If you're not pushing yourself a little bit to break out of your comfort zone, and it's not a little bit scary, then you're not pushing hard enough. You're like, no, I don't want to do that. No, push. Break that box. Stretch outside of it. You've got this. Come on. I know you do. It's just a small thing. All right. And then number 10, record those small wins. So you got up this morning. You didn't do your morning routine, but you got out of bed and you brushed your teeth. I get that you think, okay, well, that's something I'm going to do anyway. Yes, but you got up and you did it. Right? That's a small win. You went to the store and you waved or you said hello to the grocer or the checkout person. That's a small win. You managed to, do something in your day that you don't normally do. That's a small win. So congratulate yourselves on these and record them. Whether you're recording them on your phone or you're writing them in a journal at night, record these wins, because guys, when you have a day like we had yesterday, when it's a crap day, you can go and you can review the wins that you've recorded, and you can say, yeah, but you know what? I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this. So even though I've had a day where the shit's falling down around my head, I've had days where things are fantastic and I've actually moved forward towards my goals. So yeah, you're going to have a day once in a while. Guys, you can't appreciate the great days if you don't have the occasional shit day. It's kind of hard. Oh my gosh, it's all amazing every day. No. Kind of would get a little boring, I would imagine. Always having good days. I mean, we have a lot of good days. And then we have an occasional day when the shit hits the fan and, just all falls apart. That's just the way it is. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're on day 10 of our 30-day challenge. I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope you're joining in for the 30-day challenge. Even if you're not doing all the things that I recommend or that I suggest, then by all means create your own challenge to change the things that you're doing in your life. And don't forget, live life adventurously, guys. It's the only way to live. Bye.